Hello, everybody. I am here today with my childhood friend, Tavian. Tavian, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
All right, and today I will be discussing social comparison theory with my friend Tavian. Now, social comparison theory is evaluating one's opinions and abilities by comparing oneself with others. An example of that would be how most people feel like if you are in your late 20s, early 30s, you should be married, have children, or have a house. Tavian, do you have a personal example of this as it relates to social comparison theory?
Yes, I do. I am currently 33 and I don't have any children. And I've had friends that have had children as early as 17 or 18. I've had some that have had them in their 20s. And I always thought, I started to think, well, maybe I should have something by now. Maybe, I should have had children. Maybe I'm too old. So them thoughts have come across my mind more than once. And they kind of get me wondering, should I do it just based on other people having done it?
Yeah. Now, according to author and psychologist David Myers, he says that humans want to evaluate our opinions and abilities by comparing them with others' views and are persuaded by people in our preference groups. Now, an example of that would be going back to that argument about having kids, being married, having a house. For example, somebody might have a house. In fact, I know someone who has a house or has a better situation than me right now. I stay in a studio apartment, and so others might think maybe I should be springing for a big house right now. That, a studio is kind of like not what I should have right now. Tavian, do you have an example of how maybe somebody persuaded what you should or shouldn't have?
Yes, actually, I'm persuaded by just seeing things like cars. I have people that buy new cars every day, or they have a newest car every year. And I have a currently paid off car that is X amount of years old, and I constantly, am brought to the thought process of should I get a new car? Should I buy a new one? Do I need something new? I see people having new cars. Some of my friends drive newer cars than me. So that thought constantly enters my mind daily as I'm even just driving down the street and seeing some of them, passing by.
Yeah, it's not just what we see on the surface, but what others think. We tend to value their opinions. Now, this next interesting quote comes from the National Library of Medicine at PubMedCentral.gov. They did research that shows besides manipulation of self through priming, novel information showed a consistent increase in social comparison effects as well as proximity of the standards. So what that basically means is apart from intentionally influencing ourselves, new information leads us to a consistent increase when it comes to social comparison theory. An example I have of this would be how growing up, my mom got me my very first game system. It was a PlayStation 1. And as I got older, I made friends and I found out that they had a PlayStation 2. Honestly, they had a whole bunch of systems. But I'm thinking, well, I can't just keep sticking with this PS1, even though I like it. I got to get the new model. And, I got to keep up with them because, I want to be relevant. That's what everybody got now today. Tavian, do you have an example where new information has led you to make a decision or not make a decision as it relates to social comparison theory?
Yes, I do. New upcoming system coming out, the Nintendo Switch 2. I currently have a Nintendo Switch, and I'm constantly thinking, do I want the Nintendo Switch 2? I think I need it. It's new. Everybody's gonna have it. I want to have it too. But I barely play the system I have. But I'm letting the fact that everybody else is gonna get it and that it's new influence me into actually wanting to go buy it, even though I don't need it. So I'm struggling with that currently right now on whether or not I should go purchase it or not.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Even today, like we all just do things based off of if we really have to do it or not. But that's just how social comparison theory works. I feel like we all make comparisons constantly every day with people. With me, it's personally something I struggle with. Like, I feel like, how can you not compare yourself with others? So it's very difficult, especially when all we can see is what's in front of us. You're always looking and always seeing, like you said, you got this car, somebody got that car, you know, you got a 2016, they got a 2025, but on that same token, somebody got a 1998. Maybe you drive well, maybe you don't, but that's how it is with social comparison theory. You just gotta do the best with what you got. Don't get too caught up in it. But anyway, I want to thank my guest Tavian for sharing his insight on social comparison theory, and thank you for the interview, Tavian, and
You're welcome.
everybody else. I want you to have a good day.